What's up, y'all? About to start the short bed conversion on the truck. Picked up a nice bed. I'll show you guys the bed. So here's the bed I went down to Kentucky and picked up. It's from Tennessee-Alabama line. Absolutely no rust on it whatsoever. Nothing on the bottom. It's got a little bit of southern rust right there on these bottom edges. But other than that, it's pretty immaculate. It's got one hole right there in the bed. So that'll speed things up a little bit. But right now I'm getting ready to cut 14 inches out of the frame. I need 10.5 inches between this bed bolt and this bed bolt. So I'm gonna have to, I screwed myself by doing this because I've already boxed the frame in. So I'm gonna have to cut this diagonal out. This X brace out. And then I'll have to redo it. Thank God I got a plasma cutter. But the Terminator X is in and working. I still gotta tidy up the wiring. There's a little 3.5 inch display. Terminator X over there hanging out the glove box. Some loose wires. I just temped it up because you got like 8 to 10 wires that are loose and not in loom that you have to hook up. So I gotta tidy them up once I figure out where I'm gonna run them. Right now I have them going to that fuse box. So if any of you guys are about to do a 24X LS swap and need a harness, I have my old harness that I pulled out. It's got the red and blue connectors on it. The only thing it needs is a fuse box wired in. I have everything labeled. So if any of you want that, just message me. Not message me, drop a comment and say, hey, I need that harness, and I'll ship it out to you. If there's multiple people that want it, then I'll just do just drop a comment, and then I'll just do one of the random.org raffles. I'll give you all a number. Only got like 28 subscribers right now, so the chances of getting the harness are pretty high. 1 in 28 shot, and there'll probably only be, if I'm lucky, 4 people that comment and say they want it. So just let me know, and we'll raffle that off. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna get to it. I'll get back with you. Alright, so I got the cross brace cut out and the frame marked up where I'm going to cut it. I decided to go with the 45 cut because I already boxed the frame in. It's going to make it easier on me. So I'm going to cut the outside at 45, and then the 1/4 inch plate on the inside is going to be 6 inches longer, so it'll like puzzle piece back together. And then I'm still going to fish plate the outside of it just for a piece of ease of mind. So I'll show you guys what it's looking like. So I tacked that piece of 3/16 angle on there on both sides, turned up on its back because it's a lot stronger. I got it setting on 4 jack stands, and then there's my cut. See the angle there and the angle there, and then when I cut that section out the middle, it'll slide together, and I'll weld down that, and I'll fish plate it. I'll cut. It's kind of like a football. I don't know why they call it a fish plate, but shaped more like a football. And I'll put it on there over top of it after I grind the weld down and lay it to the fish plate. And then I'll weld it. I'll fill all those holes solid as well. So I'm gonna get cutting and get back with you guys. It's a total of, from long point to short point, is 14 inches. So I'm about to blow that out of there. Well, the frame's been cut, welded back together, and I got the bed on it. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. I didn't record any of the cutting process because it's pretty You know, the getting the measurements is the hardest part of it, and then anybody can cut a frame apart and then weld it back together. So show you guys what the truck's looking like. We got short bed life. 2 more feet of garage space now. You guys don't know this bed. You can kind of see somebody tried to patina it. So a lot of this stuff that looks like rust is brown paint, like right in here. So I mean, it's got some a little bit of rust on it. Well, no, that ain't even rust. It's paint. It's got a little bit, but it's all surface southern rust. No salt rust. And then the tailgate, which is in perfect shape as well. So originally I shaved the first one shut, but on the 8-foot bed, but I think I'm going to keep this one operable. See, look at the bottom of that bad boy. So I went to Kentucky and picked that bed up and ended up paying $1,300 for the bed and the tailgate. I could have got just the bed for $1,100, but then I would have been searching for a tailgate. So, but we cut the old one up. We cut it straight down the middle, and I kept the rear section off of it because I'm going to make a bench out of it. So tomorrow I'm going to. My buddy Josh has got a drive shaft for OBS Chevy short bed pickup, so we're going to see if that'll work because same transmission, same rear end. If not, then I'm probably going to cut the factory one down temporarily and weld it back together. So if I end up doing that, I'll show you guys how I went about doing that. I probably won't get all I might get fancy on it, I don't know. I might make a little piece of, might take a couple pieces of angle and make like a V tray so I can set it on my bench, and then I can set up the dial indicator and I can tack weld it together, roll it around and see, make sure it's 100% true. So I might get all crazy like that, but more than likely probably not. I'm probably just, if I have to cut mine down, I'm probably just going to cut it down, throw it together, and then I won't have to measure anything. I'll just be able to take that drive shaft to Napa and Chillicothe and have them replicate it, but preferably I'd like to get a aluminum drive shaft. Oh yeah, one more thing. So when I put this all back together and welded it back together, it lifted the rear of the truck up. So apparently, I don't know if it's the springs maybe, but now that the truck is shorter, the rear of it's up higher, so I might have to find some short bed springs maybe. I wouldn't think that they were different, but when I brought them back, when I brought the rear end, the rear back after I cut it, I got the top of it lined up where I wanted it and tacked it, and then we had to stand on, my buddy Josh, who's like 210, probably 220, had to stand on the back of the truck, the back of the frame, and push up against the ceiling to get the bottom to close in. So what I did, I measured off the floor before I cut it, and I got all my measurements on the back glass. It was 21 inches up off the floor, 33 3/4 in between, 5 inches off the cab, and then 21 1/8 on that side because the concrete's not 100% true. And then from rear bed bolt to rear bed bolt, it was 34 and I can't read that from here. 34 1/8, yeah. I don't know what I wrote on there, but that's what I meant to write, was 34 1/8. So to the bottom edge of that fender right there, we're at 9.5 inches. So now when we get to the back of the cab, let me see here. Oh man. Sheets go through between the cab and the bed real quick. Yeah, I can't see it like that. Alright, we'll just do it like this. We'll roll it to the floor. So now we are at 10.5 inches. So the rear of the cab's an inch higher than just the length of the cab there, and 4 foot. And now the bed, that same lip is, well no, the lip ain't back here. We'll go right here. We're at 17 inches. So it's got a pretty good wedge. So I think I'm gonna have to buy 2-inch shackles for the rear of it to get it low. But in order to do that, I'm gonna have to take the bed back off, which I'm gonna have to take it back off to paint it anyway. And I'm gonna have to C-notch it, because all that's on the rear now is a flip kit. The front's got 3-inch springs and 2.5-inch drop spindles. So the front's been lowered 5.5 inches, and then the rear's been, when it was a long bed, it was lowered 7 inches. So I'm sure well, no, it's not 7 inches now, but yeah, I might just take a spring out of the leaf springs. That might do it. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. So that's it for today. If you guys got any questions about the cutting the frame down, the conversion, just ask. Like I said, I got the old harness for the 5.3. It's got the red and blue connectors, and all you have to do is add a fuse box to it and hook it up. I can label all the wires for you. It's got it's a factory harness that I modified into a standalone harness. So yeah, there's absolutely no butt connectors in the harness. Anywhere where I had to cut a wire has all been soldered together and heat shrinked. So yeah, if any of you want that, just let me know and I'll send it out to you. Alright y'all, till next time.